Okay, this is the Merrill K-2024 2-inch by 24-inch stroke hydraulic key seater with programmable controller.
Do a walk around then, or explain a few things, save this for last. We start right in where the cutting takes place. That's all pretty straightforward. I just kept holding the switch down with my brass piece here though. It's all wet. I was just running it a minute ago. We can fire it up in a second. Still a chip set. This is all loose. We don't have any tooling in here. Tooling's on the other side. We'll take a look at it. Feed screw. Servo motor's right up inside there. Can't really see it, but a couple of gauges up front here. This one's hydraulic system, running about 300-400. That's the spout pressure, which is right here. There's air pressure on it right now, in fact. If I pull this in and out, so I got about 10 pounds on the spout pressure. And this is the adjustment for the spout pressure. Actually, the last one is right here, and that's speed control for the cutting action. That's all those four right there. Chip box on the outside here. This isn't connected. Backside, got all the hydraulic manifold up in here. And cutting oil pump is right here. You'll see that come on whenever I fire it up. Hydraulics and cutting oil are separate. Hydraulics up through here. Main motor, like I said, the valves on that side. Oil sump. Power's on right now. This blower's running. Chiller for the hydraulic oil. Going down below, beside my lines here, we got all our tooling. Everything that comes with the machine, that's all listed for your sheets. Documentation, books, everything that goes with it. And of course, all the we got some fittings in here, I guess. All the cutter heads are in here. So this all goes. Working around to the control here. A brief rundown. Manual auto on the feed. Fast, slow on the feed. Run condition, pretty straightforward. Jog up, jog down, cycle start, stop. And you got the control pad. The first four are the main ones here. Cutter position, we're going home in the up position or parking in the up position. Counter position display is where we're at right now. Number 2 here, feed rate selection. We're going 3,000ths per pass. Cutter preset. We're going 40 thousandths total. It hits 40, and then it does, the next one is smoothing strokes. I'm doing 4 smoothing strokes. After it reaches the 30 thousandths, we do 4 smoothing or spark out strokes, and then it returns to 0. So those are the main 4. The other one is just cycle timers, parts counters, and hour meter. There's the hour meter there. And then back to 1. So that's where we started off at. That's our position, 0. Whenever we get going, we can feed out. In fact, I think I can feed even with the hydraulics off. Let me see. To 3,000 increments off the stepper. I don't know if I have to be up and running or not. Maybe I do. Let's give it a try. Let's start the hydraulics. You'll see the cutting oil start coming out right away. Hold through the Gibbs. Yeah, that's pouring out real nice. Cascading down. And we can do a jog up and down right away. If you kind of get my hand and or the ram here, Pete, we can go down first. There we go. Down is, I said, that's all selectable right here. Up is always full speed. This is me just jogging. Now if I just hit cycle start, it'll do its reciprocation and nothing else until we call for feed. As I said, we started to do that. Let's see if I can give it feed yet. I think I can. No? I think I can do the cycle stop position. Let's let it cycle once. We speed it up a little bit. There we go. That's just cycling. If I hit cycle stop, stops at the top of the stroke. Here's 3, I did 1. And I'm not in the right mode here. Let's do a full run, and I'll go back to this in a minute. Right now, let's start the cycle start. And we're at 3. It hit once for me before I switched it. We're in auto. Oh, maybe that's why I was in auto. I needed to be in manual. But as long as we're in auto, let's start the cycle. Should get 3 at a time here. There we go. It's starting to feed now. We'll catch a few of those, and then we'll catch the screw moving it the same way. We're only going to 30, so it'll be over pretty fast. That was that preset that I gave you, 3 thousandths per pass. And if you watch in here now, a couple of things you can see in here. I don't know if you can catch the screw when it goes up. It just makes a little, both of these will turn a little bit. And maybe up here you can catch it too. On this shaft, if you see it turning, see? You can see this one turn pretty good. And on the block down here again too, if you look real close, you can see the tool relief cylinder moving up and down too. We're done. Yeah, the whole block will move up and down. You can see that thing move up and down. Right there, or at the top of the stroke. It's going back now. Keep your camera right here. It overshoots, comes back to 0 and just sits there. And that's back over on the display. So come back on the display here. Oh, that's right. We were going to try manual. Let's see if I go back to the manual. And let's see if I can give it 3. There it is. 3, 6. I'm just doing this with the button here now. 9. And we'll go over there. All right, let me go backwards. So yeah, I can leave this anywhere. I'm going to go fast now. Right, here's our feed. That'll just, see that? That's just manually feeding. Up and down. The 3, I don't know if you can see the 3. Let me go back to 3, and I don't know if you can see it here. Let's see. There's 3. Oh yeah, 3. You can see that. And that's the whole screw moving the whole block right here, really. So, see that? 3/10 at a time. I'm sorry, 3 thousandths. It's going back the other way. So I'm going to leave it right in midstream here. And if you want to catch the cycle now, you caught the screw moving. I'm going to go back to manual. We'll pick up the feed right here. Remember, we're only going to 40 thousandths. I'm going to start cycling and flip it over to auto. Now I'm going to hit run. It's going to pick it up at 24 and go to 40. 3 at a time still. This all works good. After we hit 40, we've got 4 smoothing strokes. You got to count them. Then it'll go home and bypass and then come back to 0. There's 40. So now we got 1, 2, 3. This should end off after this one. Goes back, overshoots, and then comes back. It's dead on, right there. So, I can see the numbers. We're doing one more. Runs good. Good? Alright. Over to manual. Cycle stop. Hydraulic stop. We're good.